Today I'm taking the VEVOR retractable extension cord reel. So this is nice. This is a mounting plate. Quite often with the older style reels, they do not actually have this. You have to hold the entire reel up and try to swing it out of the way and then drill your holes and screw the whole thing down. With this, we can just mount this up and then slide the whole reel onto it. It makes installation much, much easier. We got some nice large screws as well as wall anchors, so we can choose whether we want to hang this into concrete or wood. Now the hole spacing on this doesn't really accommodate wood. You could go into a wood stud on one side and then use some drywall anchors on the other. I think I would have liked to have seen holes in the center to make this a little bit easier to mount in wood studs. And we got our instructions. So the mounting arm on here does swing very nicely, so if you got to swing this guy around your shop, left or right, you'll be able to do that no problem. This is a 45 foot, more importantly, this is a 12 gauge. That means the wires inside this cable are going to be the same size as what you would get on the inside of your house. This does have overload protection. We got a little button right here to reset it. So I love retractable reels. They just make cleanup, pulling your cable out and putting it up much, much easier than with a loose cable. So it does lock, and we can spin that guy back up. Basically, you want to listen for those clicks right there. Whenever you hear that, you can stop and it will stay in place. If you want it to retract, you go past it, and then it will retract. We do have this stopper right here, so if you're going to be hanging this from a tall ceiling, we can loosen up that screw, and then we can move this stopper up or down the cable so that we have the amount of length hanging off that we want. I also like saying that this is a triple style plug. I wonder if we got an LED on here. Let's check, and we do. A little hard to see in this light, but there we go. We can tell that this guy is on and does have power. We also appear to have a light right here on the reel, so we can tell we got power at the reel. And this is interesting. It looks like we actually got some slots right here. So if we wanted to, we could screw this directly to a stud. So that would eliminate the need for the mounting bracket, and we'd be able to make sure that everything is perfectly centered on that stud. But if you want to make your life easier, we can mount this guy first and then slide directly onto that. And we can see we got a couple of tiny bolts right here, and that will thread into these threaded holes to make sure that it does not slide off. This is a 45 foot, so if you want to, you can stretch this out. Most garages are about 20 feet deep, so you could easily stretch this across the entire garage and even outside the door if you need to work outside the house. So here I got an angle grinder. They're typically considered to be a fairly high draw tool. No problem. So overall, that is a very nice cable reel.